What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? What's going on? Hey, everyone. Hey, D Love. Good to see you. Good to see you. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. Do me a favor, hit that like button, share, subscribe. I don't know if you're brand new here. We're doing some late night at the moment. I'm actually considering I may be able to squeeze in some time to do during the day tomorrow. We shall see. Obviously, the best time for us is during the day, 5 p.m. That is our sweet spot right there. Nonetheless, we have to carry the torch and keep going, right? But welcome back, welcome back. I appreciate you for being here. If you're watching a rebroadcast, I appreciate you. Excuse me. I appreciate all 130 people that watched yesterday's rebroadcast plus live session. Thank you so much. All right, we're going somewhere. Today we have a very important topic to cover. Okay, we're gonna do some numbers. All right, excuse me. We're going to do some numbers. All right. Today we're talking about Youre Silva, anti-Youre Silva versus the OBI-DIENTS. Okay, some bourgeois on the internet. Also, we're talking about MOWRY files divorce after 14 years. We have to talk about that. Yesterday we celebrated, over the past 2 days, we celebrated some seemingly good relationships that seems like they are making it work, right? What that usually means is that they're doing the work, okay? Not making it work, not just getting by, not just, but today we have a sad news. MOWRY, if you don't know MOWRY, she's one half of the twin that we watched a lot of their sitcom episodes back in the 90s into the early 2000s, Tia and Tamara. We're going to talk about that. Okay? All right. So without any further ado, as a matter of fact, why don't we just get started, right? All right, welcome back to Men of Prestige. We're on the 28th episode, 28th Bishops episode. All right, welcome back. So, all right, welcome back. So we got a couple of things we wanted to talk about. The first thing I want to talk about today is, let me share my screen really quickly. Is this news about Peter Obi's attacking anti-Youre Silva. So I haven't really dug into it. Let's get through it together, right? And then we're going to talk about the divorce, right? Also, we might be talking about Kanye West and Candy Owens' White Lives Matter t-shirts, okay? If we have some time, we'll talk about that. Oh yeah, there's one other thing I wanted to talk about. I want to talk about some of these lame ass dudes, quote unquote, they're speaking the truth. They're getting cancelled left and right because they don't know how to talk. Another one got cancelled, meaning got silenced. Okay. I think who got silenced yesterday that we talked about? Who got silenced? Somebody got silenced yesterday. We talked about him, right? Oh yeah, it was the Father Mbaka, right? In Enugu. The rules have changed. You have to know how to talk. You just have to know how to talk. You have to have social skills. You're not just gonna get away with, oh, I'm speaking the truth. Nah. Okay. So is that right? So are you saying I'm not right? Nah, that's not what I'm saying. Okay. In fact, that's not what I'm saying. In fact,
you're right.
You're right. You know, how you doing, Lady Navoa? Good to see you. I'm doing late night, so intimate session. You know what I mean? Good to see you. All right. So, but again, you're not just gonna get away with not knowing how to talk in the name of we just gotta speak the truth and hold people accountable. Nah. That's not gonna fly. You're powerless, and your results will generate powerlessness, meaning you will be silenced. Okay, if you don't have social skills, you're not gonna get away with just the ability to be right. That's not good enough. It's just not. It's the reality. I'm sorry. Okay. So I think they will continue to get cancelled and silenced if they don't know how to talk. Your power is not in knowing how to be right. There's no power in that. As a matter of fact, that says powerlessness. You don't get it, then forget about it. But anyway, let's talk about, let me share my screen with you. Let's talk about Auntie Joke Silva first. Auntie Joke Silva is another fine actress. Fine ass actress in Nigeria Nollywood industry. So she's well respected. As a matter of fact, I covered her and her husband not too long ago when the husband, who is another fine actor, legendary actor in Nollywood industry, Olu Jacobs, when he celebrated 80 years old. I think that was in May. I think so. So, yes, that's her right there. The one on the right in purple, right? Let me share today's screenshot with, not screenshot, but the thumbnail from today. This is the thumbnail. That is Auntie Joke Silva. Apparently, she's batified. What is batified? She's batified. And guess who's mad? Guess who's mad? She's batified, but guess who's mad? The obedience are not happy about this. Who are the obedience? Let me bring you up to speed, just in case you don't know what's going on in Nigeria. So in Nigeria, the campaign started for the next presidential election. And there are three major movements. There's PDP as a party. There's APC, another major party. But now we have another new major party, believe it or not. Accept it or not. You know, the reality is that there's another major party in town, and that's the Labour Party with the obedience. Okay? That's the reality. Okay? So we have Auntie Joke, who has decided to make her stance known. And she's batified, meaning she is following Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. BAT stands for Bola Ahmed Tinubu, so she's batified, right? And Nigerians, the new movement, the young people are not happy about that. So what are they saying exactly? What exactly are they saying? Let's see what they're saying. Okay. Let me make sure this is not too loud, because I feel like it might be too loud. Let's make sure this is not too loud so we can enjoy the conversation. Oh yeah, it is too loud. Sorry about that. All right, so we bring that down a little bit. So shout out to Sahara Reporters. Shout out to my boy, my brother, my elder brother, Youre. Youre doesn't have a place in this race. Okay, he does have a place. He's gonna make a statement. He continues to make big statements. Okay, but no, he doesn't have a path to Aso Rock, our own White House in Nigeria. Okay, there's no path. Okay, so anyway, this is Auntie Joke, the one in purple with the dark, the one to the right. They're both in some kind of purple, right? So this is what the news says on Sahara Reporters. Let's get to it together. It says the actress had on Monday, that was yesterday, posted a video of herself, the Lagos State First Lady. That's the Lagos State First Lady. Ibi Joke Sanwo-Olu. Well, we kind of knew that because she's received quite a bit of favor from Governor Sanwo-Olu, which she made public when she was giving some news about how the government has been highly supportive to her and her husband, some money they owed, whatever, some crazy stuff like that. And the governor came through, Governor Sanwo-Olu. So, I don't know why you have so much expectations from regular people, but oh well, let's keep going. And others dancing and waving brooms. The brooms is the APC symbol, right? The party's symbol on her Instagram page. Let's check out the Instagram page. How about that? Let's check out the Instagram page. Maybe we'll see what they're talking about. Ajoke Silva. There you go. All right. So that's the picture. Okay, that's the picture we're just looking at the Onikan Stadium for the women's rally. All right. Yep, that's them waving brooms. Right, waving brooms. I gotta be careful with playing these videos. Make sure they're not movies or anything like that, because what's his name? This guy. I forget their name so soon. Youre Doche and his movie people tried to flag my video for copyright infringement. So we gotta be careful with that. We got it back, but I just want to avoid the headaches. All right, so that's Auntie Ajoke Silva right there. She's Batified. She's following Bola Ahmed Tinubu. She's campaigning heavily with the look at that, right? Are these real people? All right. So anyway, they are campaigning. Let's get back to it. So supporters of the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, which is the third force that nobody saw coming, including myself. My prediction is that you can go and watch my prediction on the secondary channel, Man of Prestige Clips, right? My prediction is still that Bola Ahmed Tinubu will win at this point in time. But the force behind Peter Obi is increasing day by day. So I don't know how I feel about that again. I still feel the way I feel, but but the forces are increasing. They need to keep it up, right? Anyway, the supporters of Peter Obi on Twitter have attacked veteran Nollywood actress Joke Silva for joining the All Progressives Congress. That's the APC party. That's the ruling party right now. The present president is part of APC. Joining the APC Women's Rally in support of the party's presidential candidate Bola Tinubu, the actress had on Monday posted a video of herself, the Lagos State First Lady, and others dancing and waving rooms. Okay, we got that. Joke Silva, wrote that it was time to meet up with the governors, who is her fellow Holy Child College Old Girls alumni. Said they were friends from way back. The Monday rally came a few days after the actress was announced as a member of the women's wing of Tinubu's presidential campaign council. Now, I believe she's authentically believing in that movement, not because she's collecting money and all this kind of stuff. A lot of the actors and actors will collect money. She might collect money. Just my belief, I don't think she collects money. Okay. Silva is to head the Creative and Entertainment Industry Committee of the council. The pictures and video, however, didn't go well with supporters of Peter Obi who have since shunned out heavy criticism against Silva. Nigerians can be disrespectful when you don't get on their side. I haven't seen any of it yet. Let's read it together. The first one. Dear Joker Silva. Dear Joker Silva, the history and posterity. And posterity. 1 second. Wouldn't forget the position you took. It's politics. It's not that deep. Posterity beats bawo. Anyway, you have children. They as well would have children. May the good Lord reward everyone according to their works. Just campaigning for what you believe in. They do that here too, by the way. They take it to heart so seriously. It's like somebody shattered their heart for supporting the other party. Religion, politics, not sure. Anyway, according to their works, onto the third and fourth generation, Irolo and not just politics. It's not that deep. Of course, there's consequences for our choices, but we're talking about 200 million people making a choice. Maybe about 20 to 30 million of them will vote. And somehow she's going to be held accountable from third generation to fourth generation. The only accountability she will have is just being human being. Being a human in these times. That's it. Remember, Toranyi, Ilode. Anyway, I'm really happy. Dr. N. Amuta says, I'm really happy Joker Silva closed her comment and other Tinubu supporters are in the closet. Kind of like the Trump supporters, right? Suddenly, everybody wants to say, oh yeah, I voted for Trump too. 4 or 5 years later. It's okay. If you're Batified, it is okay. And other Tinubu supporters are in the closet and are afraid to publicly support him. This means we are getting somewhere. There is shame in supporting greed, wickedness, and failure. And I'm happy they recognize this. Oh, that's why they're hiding. They believe in what they believe in. I keep telling you, it's not about fighting corruption. It's about boosting the economy. It's about empowering people economically speaking. If you're not doing that, people will steal. Do you not understand the human nature? Human nature, they will do everything that's wrong if they are not within the right context. It's not something they decide to do. It's just the natural order of things. For as long as that country, like you say, oh, we're giving an excuse. People are just greedy. We're not giving an excuse. We're talking about the reality. As a collective, when people are hungry, they will steal. Do you not understand? They will eat you. Even you yourself, they will eat you alive. That's just the way it works. So if you're going to have a president who doesn't understand that the priority is economy, right? Empowering people, boosting the economy, the naira currency, being able to trade with the rest of the world, being able to sell something to the rest of the world. It's a market, it's a global marketplace. If you have any kind of president who comes there and makes putting people in jail the priority, they're not good, okay? Because they don't understand, okay? Now, it could be any one of these three people. The person that it looks more like is probably going to do that because of his reputation of greed, but also empowering the people around him is Tinubu, okay? Everybody else, they don't have track records, at least not at national level. But again, if Peter Obi wins, it will be a very big, huge statement, probably necessary statement to the elite to let them know that Nigerians have a voice and they can exercise that voice regardless of what the outcome is. I would really highly appreciate that as well, okay? Because right now it doesn't seem that way, because again, for obvious reasons, people are hungry. They do what they have to do. That's why they voted Buhari. You know, man must chop. Anyway, somebody says Joker Silva closed her comment section because Nigerian people are not rude. You're rude. In the name of politics, you don't have to be rude, but you will be rude because you're a troll on the internet. So I'm not judging you too, but you're a troll. Let's be honest, right? Why? Because there is shame in supporting the APC? No, because you're rude. And she has to maintain her mental health. And they like to make themselves feel important. She probably just want to maintain her like forget this was I'm leaving the post on and I'll do the same thing if you become stupid. Joker Silva has pitched a tent with Bola Ahmed Tinubu. She's Batified. At 61, she has nothing to lose. All she wants is retirement benefits. I don't believe that. It could be. I don't believe that though. Okay. I clicked over to the Twitter page. And Nollywood can't give her that. Mama is old and she may not be looking forward to achieving anything spectacular. It is what it is. That's a terrible theory. You're caught up in your emotions. Just vote for who you want to vote for. It's really that simple, right? Joker Silva 61, Peter Obi 61. Using your analogy, Obi at 61 has nothing to lose. Exactly. Somebody replying, right? It's stupid logic, right? He's seeking retirement benefits, right? Isn't that the same thing? But we know, I think Peter Obi is authentic. I think he really wants to help. The question is capability, right? That's the big question. Because simply put, it doesn't even have influence in PDP. So how is it going to have influence in the House with the lawmakers? Maybe the forces are big enough, right? We shall see. Again, it will really be a nice, beautiful day if he wins in Nigerian politics. He's seeking retirement benefits and importation can't give him that. Baba is old and he may not be looking forward to achieving anything spectacular. It is what it is. See how stupid you sound if they flip it when you get caught up in your emotions, right? Philo says, Joker Silva supporting Bat is not a big deal. Grandma has no children in the university. She has no business with Pampers anymore. Granny has lived her life. Besides, when she's hungry, just a phone call, account to a smile. She did say that just a phone call to Sanwo-Olu, she was able to take care of some financial business. Hey, Auntie Joker, you said that. You did, okay? So right now, it may not look too good to people that are really trying to do the best for their future, right? No be so for me and you. Okay. So she's being sarcastic, throwing shade, condescending, all of that, right? Maximus, he said, or he says, this is live Twitter right now. Joker Silva must be having a hard time taking care of her husband. This nigga is rude. And I wish her the best. But wanting Jagaban, who is in similar health conditions, come on now. Or even worse, lead a country of 200 million people is witchcraft. Now she is looking fine here, right? Good makeup. Oh God, Nigerian people, I suspected as much. Just rude. Kilo day. Though Joker Silva, just like Patience Ozokwo, is entitled to her vote. No. When they say though, or when they say with all due respect, or when they say respectfully, or when they say I'm not saying no, they're about to say what they are saying they're not saying. Watch it. Though Joker Silva, just like Patient Ozokwo, is entitled to her vote, you would expect that she would know better because she knows firsthand the challenges with ailment. See, they're shaming her with her husband's condition. No condition is permanent for everyone. Keep running your mouth. But because it's the internet, Abi, you think you get away with it. Continue. Will she boldly say that it's best to saddle legend Olu? With the burden of governing at the state, no offense. Anytime they say no offense, guess what they're about to do? Marvis was highly offensive. Anyway, that's that though. Anyway, that's that. That's what they're saying. I think she's entitled, and you need to stop at that. You're entitled to your own vote. Go get your own PVC and vote. May the best person win. Okay? Nigeria is not sustainable where it is. Doesn't matter who wins. It's not sustainable. Nigeria will change for the better. Okay? That's my personal opinion. Okay? But that's going to be a function of how you vote too. Unfortunately, I'm not on ground, so I can't really vote. But that's going to be a function of how Nigerians vote. But just a function. It's not the only variable. It's not the only factor driving this, right? There's a lot more, right? So we're not going to pretend, right? And then start shaming her and her husband just because she's made a choice. You make your own choice and stick to it, all right? Let me see what you ladies and gentlemen are talking about. Just Jay, how you doing? How are you? Good to see you. We're talking Nigerian politics a little bit. Dealer, although I'm not for bat, you're not batified. You're obedient, eh? I'm guessing you're obedient. I also believe everyone has a right to support, vote for whoever they want to. That's democracy. That's the true spirit of democracy, right? If everyone should just go and vote obedience right now, it would be meaningless and stupid. And people tend to forget that when they get caught up in their emotions because of religion. Same thing, politics, right? Bat definitely understands economy and empowerment for himself. Definitely for himself. But you know what? Let me tell you something about the elite, right? In a society like Nigeria, my personal belief, right? The tailor, the Owambes, the guy who pour the drinks at the parties, all those big flashy parties, all those money is not coming from Dangote. A lot of it is coming from Dangote, but Dangote can only employ so many people, right? All that money in the streets, a lot of it is stolen money that's passing its way through the economy, right? So again, when you have somebody that's just all about fighting corruption and they just want to focus on fighting corruption and fighting thieves, they tend to put all that energy in that direction and forget that they need to make sure money is flowing through the system. So in addition to empowering the infrastructure of Nigeria, right? In addition to make sure the refineries are working, to make sure the factories are empowering entrepreneurs, they need to make sure that in short to mid term, there's money in the market, right? And there's only so much they can focus on. That's my personal opinion, right? That's what makes up economy, money flowing. You can't have somebody be voted into presidency because they're fighting corruption, shut down the whole country for 6 months and not elect ministers. That's lack of preparation, and that's stupid belief in holier than thou is not going to work. It's a whole system. It's an ecosystem. Okay, so it's not about somebody being holy or being what's the word? Being innocent. It's not about that. It's about understanding how the ecosystem works and keeping it working, right? So I agree with you that he will definitely continue to empower himself. Okay, but I think that theory that person on the Twitter said that they're old, there's only so much they can do, and they are realizing, all three of them are realizing that it's not sustainable to keep stealing. Let me tell you something. It doesn't matter who is voted. If they continue to do what they've been doing, they're going to self-destruct, right? Who do you think gets kidnapped the most? It's not poor people. So the elites, they're not going to keep getting away with this, okay? So that's what I'm saying. But again, I agree with you though. Small, just small, It's not just going to empower himself. He will empower himself, but if he refuses to empower the general population, he's going to self-destruct. Anybody who gets voted in and decides to go do something stupid, his time is up. Time is up already. That's my strong belief. I don't believe time was up 8 years ago, because I saw the average Nigerian still talking Buhari. So this was not ready. Right now, I think Nigerians are ready. So whoever gets into that office, they better do the right thing. Okay? They better do the right thing, because when you push people and you keep pushing them, when you push them to the wall, they will face you. And that's what's going on right now. You saw it with the End SARS protest, and you're seeing it with the Obedient movement right now, right? As a matter of fact, I don't trust that it's going to be peaceful if Obedient doesn't win. That's just how tired Nigerians are right now. Not because people are tired per se, because the system is tired. It's about to break. You see what I'm saying? From a systemic standpoint. Okay? Hey, Chinya, good to see you. But Patrick says, I am disappointed. Oh, I'm disappointed. Joker Sava could have said that. She did, bro, Patrick. I'm reporting her to you. Good evening. Let's see. I love me some Auntie Joker Sava, but I'm not feeling her on this now. I know. It looks like everybody here is obedient to Nigerians. So you guys are tired? Really? Yes, you will continue to learn by force, by fire. Jolasun, you will. Nigeria is hanging on really thin piece of thread. Exactly my point. Like anybody who is voted in right now, they can't afford to be stupid. They just can't. Remember, everything gets old. I keep saying that on this platform. That's in every ramification. So all those people that are comfortable with mediocrity, they are literally getting old and dying. So we have a lot of angry young people on the streets. It's just not sustainable. Now, when you consider the fact that an average Nigerian is extremely smart, right? They can make something out of nothing. But when you look at the situation where the system is not conducive for that, they will face the elite. And you can see that. And when I said that about this kidnapper last week? The kidnapper, John Lyon, right? Somebody said, it's just greed. I was like, well, it's greed, but greed is a function of that particular type of greed. When you see it increasing in society, it's a function of a weak system, right? At some point, blaming individuals is not going to work. You have to look at the system and say, something is wrong with this system. We need to do something about it. Okay. Anyway, do me a favor, hit that like button if you're just coming in. I see you now. They come in late night. Shout out to you all. Just Jay says, do people with dual citizenship get to vote in both places? Yes, I can vote if I was on ground in Nigeria. I am dual citizenship. I can vote if I was on ground. Yeah. So anyone going to that seat better be careful. That's exactly my point. So that's why I'm not too particular about who is going to be. I am predicting it's going to be Tinubu because people are hungry. I'm just telling you because of simply that. People are hungry. So I can't even judge until you get too much because the system is just not, even for the elite. Okay? They can't get from one part of town to the other simply because of bad roads and bad management and, around the nation. And even particularly in a big city like Lagos, right? But they have to do what they have to do to survive. I don't think she's outrightly just being a thief. I think she believes in the movement. But I think it's natural to be influenced by people that have helped you as well, She did say Sanwo-Olu helped her. So it is what it is. I see we have a passionate obedience in the house. Amen. Pillar Prime. Amen. It will never be Batified. Could need Batified for one. I understand. I get you. I know how you feel. Listen, 4 years ago, let me tell you something. Youre traumatized me. Okay, it's his fault. I was completely I loved the idea. I was like, no, Youre. Throughout the whole thing, go and check out my Facebook page. You'll still see all the posts there. That guy don't traumatize me. Almost the guy collects 30,000 votes. I was like, he try. We'll try. But I'm tired. But I wish us the very best. I think systemically speaking, Nigeria is ready for a change. And with or without Peter Obi, it will happen. That's just where I'm at with it. But I'm tired in terms of being overly passionate and, but I'm me. Amen. Pillar Prime. Amen. Anyway, let's talk about this There's lots right here. Yesterday, let me show you my screen small. Yesterday, right? We celebrated IK for celebrating his wife, 14 years marriage, right? 2 days ago, I think we celebrated Baba Pete Edochie, 53 years in marriage, right? But I made a point. I said people celebrate divorce more, right? And now this is, we cover news here and we extract lessons out of news and trending material here. So we have to kind of cover everything. It takes me extra effort to go and pull up IK's story, like the celebration one, because honestly, it doesn't get clicks when I celebrate marriage. It just doesn't, okay? For obvious reasons, okay? But lo and behold, we woke up today to, I think, about 3 different divorce news. I think there's Tom Brady, the legendary American footballer. I think he just hired a lawyer for his marriage issues. I think, who else? There's one more person. Oh, I think, who is this? There's somebody else. But there's about 3 in 1 divorces today, right? And it's kind of crazy that we have this story today. We have the Tia and Timera, Tia MOWRY. Let me show you. And she shared this on her post, okay? She shared this on her post. Let me show you this. She shared this on her post. Let me read this. Okay. Let's read this together. It's sad. It's sad. But I understand. Marriage consumes a lot of emotional horsepower. If you're not ready, you're not ready. And you can even go all the way to 25. Last, break fast. Some people manage to do it for years. At some point, it still breaks anyway, I don't think it breaks just for no reason. There are real reasons why it breaks, right? And no, it's not irreconcilable differences. Okay? That one right there is...
Stop the cap.
Okay? It's cap. Alright? So let's take a look at what she said. She said, I have always been honest with my fans.
Stop the cap.
No, you haven't. I don't believe that. I think you put out what you want to put out. And we're gonna see that in a second. Let's see. And today is no different. I wanted to share that Corey and I have decided to go our separate ways.
Stop the cap.
2 people never simultaneously decide a divorce or separation or break fast. That's not how it works.
Stop the cap.
Okay? At best, this is a PR statement. Okay? But let's keep going. These decisions are never easy and not without sadness. She's right about that. But that doesn't negate the fact that it's highly likely that the grass seems greener on the other side. Of course, it comes to confusion. Maybe I can have a better life. Maybe it's better that I just exit, than work on it. But then maybe she's been working on it all 14 years. Maybe she's tired. Right? But when I'm looking at this statement, it's never easy and not without sadness. There's nothing new. Of course, we know that it's sad because there are 2 children involved, right? So as much as people would like to cap, those children are influential on their decision. Probably a good reason why she might have stayed much longer than she needs to stay. Or she actually needs to stay, and the fact that the children are involved is confusion, right? create confusion because they are a factor. They are beautiful and they deserve a home, right? That they've known all their life, right? But then again, at what cost? When we say happiness, some people try to discount happiness. Well, if she's not happy, that home is not going to be what it's supposed to be. If he's not happy, that home is not going to be what it's supposed to be. So as much as we like to discount it, it's the reality. If people are not happy, they're not going to produce good fruit. Nothing good is going to come out of it, right? But so is divorce. Divorce doesn't suddenly bring happiness, right? In fact, the process is an exhaustive one that will probably milk you much more than if you were to be given the grace, the opportunity, the environment to be able to work on it, right? Even if that's tough too, but not as tough as divorce. No matter what it looks like when the grass seems greener on the other side. But I agree with that. These are not easy decisions, okay? But we also know that this kind of decisions can come from overreaction. Let's keep going. We will maintain a friendship as we co-parent our beautiful children.
Stop the cap.
Yoruba people say akin lọ sílé ẹjọ́ ká padà wálé wá ṣọ̀rẹ́. That means you don't go to a court and then come back and become friends. You're taking me to court to divide the home, right? Even if it's not your fault, maybe I've been a knock all the way through, right? I'm not going to see you as a friend. That's big cap.
Stop the cap.
Anyway, but I get it. It's a nice PR statement to make, I guess, right? We will maintain a friendship as we co-parent our beautiful children. I'm grateful for all the happy times we had together. And want to thank my friends, family, fans. Let me see if I can see the rest of this. For your love and support as we start this new chapter moving forward in our lives. It's a sad news, right? It's a sad news. It's sad, right? But nonetheless, life must move. We move. I want to see what you all are talking about. I know you all have a lot of opinion about this. Holabby, my guy, my day one. Everybody check out Holabby as this YouTube channel. Okay, everybody check him out. I am highly entertained by his content, and he's a day one. He was way ahead of what we're doing here and still killing it. But his breakdown, he's been modest with talking about my breakdown. You are the OG at this, man, my friend. Thank you for stopping by, being a supporter from day one. I really appreciate you, sir. Let's see what you all are talking about. Again, amen. Youre could not win because Nigerians were not ready. This is different. Youre could never win. If you understand politics, he could never win. Okay? Not in the state of Nigeria. Maybe you're right, actually, after all. Okay? It's not set up that way. This is not Trump jumping on YouTube and announcing and everybody following him all the way to the White House. Even with Trump, it couldn't last more than 2 terms. Politics is not set up like that. Okay? It's not about right and wrong or being holy or being innocent or being clean. It's not about that. It's a dirty game all the way through and through. It's vicious, it's dangerous. It's about life and death. I'm sorry. Okay? I'm just wondering if Nigeria still has parks, playgrounds, recreational facilities where kids and adults can hang out. Half plot of land is sold at millions of naira. Well, Patrick, Nigeria, average Nigerian don't care about any of that stuff. They just want to eat. So whereas another person I love because he's a coconut head that wouldn't be controlled by godfatherism. See, in politics, it's always uh, yeah, it's always about godfatherisms. Okay, guess who the godfather of the Republican Party here in the United States is right now? Donald Trump. That's the reality. It's godfatherism is a big part of it. It's always going to be a big part of it. The idea that you're just going to run politics and it's just going to be egalitarian. Stop the cap. That was sad news. Yeah, they're done. I know. She handled things gracefully. I know. But that's what it looks like on the surface, right? Who knows what's going on inside? D Love says, absolutely, they seem like a good couple. They did. Okay? They did. Until I watched a show. I'm trying to recall what show it was, but Twitter pulled out this clip, right? Check this out.
Everything is, bro. You have to work hard, to. And that's marriage is work. I'm not here. Let me. Go ahead. Sorry. I'm not gonna be here. Everything is, bro. You have to work hard. You have to work hard, to. And that's marriage is work. I'm not here. Let me. Go ahead. Sorry. I'm not gonna be here. Everything is, bro. You have to work hard, to. And that's. You have to work hard, to. And that's marriage is work. I'm not.
So I'm trying to recall what show it was. My wife and I actually watched the show. I think it might have been Black Love. I'm not sure. And she was talking, he was talking, and he was about to get cut off. And the way he responded to him, like, whoa. See, I catch things like that. I'm a little extra sensitive to things like that. I catch them. Maybe because of doing this that I do, analyzing relationships and stuff. But of course, Twitter pulled it out today. So when I saw that, the number one element for me in marriage is friendship. Okay, in friendship, you do cut each other off, and it's not all deep. It's not all, oh, I'm sorry that I cut you off. It's not a debate ever. It's about, yeah, I cut you off, nigga, yeah, and what? Leave me alone. That type of friendship is what good marriage is about. The problem today is that everybody is all deep. We communicate, we give ourselves space to talk, all this bullshit. And I caught that. I'm like, that's tense right there. That was like last year or 2 years ago that I saw that. That's a lesson for you. If you go into a marriage, you just all about, we walk a straight line, boundaries, rules, then you don't understand what you're getting into. The forces against you are much larger than your understanding. If you're not friends, forget it. If you're not friends, just on a regular day, as if you like the person, right? I don't care how much you've memorized all the psychological books out there. Last, break fast. Because basically, you would be swimming against the tide, the ocean. Feminine, beautiful nature. You're basically overworking yourself. You can't sustain that. You will get tired. The moment you say, oh, but we have these boundaries, the other person is feeling something else. And now, they may not be able to say it immediately because you guys are agreed on a certain type of communication. But it's resentment. And it's stored there for you. The day to come out, you won't realize that's what's coming out. And it can be on either side. The number one thing is friendship. Make sure you can be friends. Make sure you can wake up to this person's bad breath and laugh about it. If you can't, don't do it. I'm warning you, okay? I'm warning you. Don't do it. Anyway. It's definitely a build-up. Yeah, this kind of things don't happen overnight. Absolutely. Right? We all like them together. I know we do. That's how I discovered holabby, by the way, on JT's show. JT, the pocket watcher. Yvette, good to see you, Yvette. Good to see you. They've been married a few years. 14 years. That's what they said. 14 years. 14 years. That's what they're saying. Yeah. Well, she's hoping that they'll both be civil. That's good hope, you know. I'm just, yeah. They probably are both authentically trying to be civil. The problem is that we're human beings, right? When we get caught up in our emotions, all bets are off, you know. Because remember, in that moment, you're not thinking. That's the point. Emotions against logic. We're not trying to worry about the children. I'm caught up in my emotions, so, you know, all is fair, right? And that will play a big role in this. And the problem with this is that when it happens, we tend not to forget, okay? It takes an extra amount of horsepower in emotions to be able to forget that moment when that person made you feel like shit. It gets difficult. It's a very difficult thing. Okay? It's a very difficult thing. That's why I keep saying the only thing you can be intentional about is your emotional intelligence. Everything else, in the mud. Okay? Well, yes, from the surface you have the house things are different. Yeah. All right, so D-Love caught that. D-Love, you caught that. Right? Right? You thought it was rude, right? Right. I thought it was deeper than rude. I thought it was big problems. Okay? Rude is easy, right? Right? Rude is easy. Right? If that was me and my wife cut me off, I'm going to let her talk. She needs to get it out. Now, the lames will call it being a simp, right? Because they don't get it. They don't get it. It's actually me maintaining my power. Like right now, I can let you have your last word. And I maintain my power. Okay? Right? Now, if she has a tendency of cutting me off, then I'll engage the conversation at that banter level. We can have a little healthy argument that's not about us. It's about something third party. But if it's about relationships, we're talking about relationships. And she was trying to cut me off and I demonstrated that I lost my cool in that moment. What are you doing when no one is watching? There's a big old camera in front of you. Like a big ass camera with lights in front of you. And you lost your cool for a quick second. What do you do when there's no light, camera, and action? Right? Now, what I've seen her always done is edify her relationship. That's what I've always seen her done. But again, when the woman have to lead all the time, she will get tired. Because she's not designed like that to lead in emotional balance in a relationship. She's not designed to do that. That's literally opposite of resting in your feminine energy. That's being masculine. You become masculine because you're now thinking for the other person as opposed to feel safe and secure and being able to rest in your femininity, right? People on Twitter went straight to asking what he did. Yeah, this was like a year ago. Of course, they dig everything up. They dig everything up. There is no such thing as couple goals. Now, I will be careful with that statement. Okay? There are principles. Like, for example, I just gave you one. It's friendship, right? And there are enough arrogant people walking around social media saying there's no rules. There are rules and principles that guide successful relationships. There are. Okay? But you have to ask enough times. You have to ask. If you see people that look like couple goals, there's nothing wrong with admiring and say, what is your secret? What are your challenges? Let them tell you honestly what the challenges are. If they are open enough to share their challenges, why can't they be couple goals? That's the path you're going to travel anyway, right? So, but I hear what you're saying. The fact is that when you see people that they look perfect, they're not perfect. They just work. They work. Okay? Now, eventually, that work is not exactly work. Because if you keep practicing, obviously it becomes second nature. and then you're able to catch bad vibes before it comes knocking on your door and trying to destroy your relationships, right? Gravitas, wow, I really thought Tia and Carl and Corey were going to make it. I hear you. Yeah. I can't say I didn't, like, okay, so me too, I don't put any relationships on a pedestal, but I think even the worst of worst relationships, I can learn from them. Even I can learn from divorcees. You can learn from anybody, right? Yeah. So, but in terms of like, no, marriage can collapse at 35 years, at 40 years, at 25. It happens all the time, especially white people. Like, it's 27 years. We're more like friends. We should just go our separate ways. I have a boyfriend already. The thing is that don't put marriage on the pedestal either. It's about you as an individual inside of the marriage. The marriage is an institution. It is what it is. It's not a human being. It's neither wrong nor right. It is what it is, right? But you as the individuals, the kind of marriage you create is a function of who the individuals are, right? Can't say I am surprised though. Hollywood marriages are well known to crash at some point. Yeah, because there's more temptations and craziness around, right? The pressure is a lot more. And, the lifestyle that surrounds all of that. If you remember, she was on the game while they were married. And she had a lot of love scenes and stuff like that. And people are quick to say, but the actress, it should be okay. The truth is that we're human beings. It does affect the actresses and actors as well, right? For me personally, I can't be an actor. Okay, if you're going to see me on the screen and my chemistry seems all believable, there's a good chance I'm interested in smashing. But I don't know that world. Maybe I just don't know what I'm talking about, right? Maybe. But I'm just saying, this kind of stuff can crash marriage years after it has happened before, right? It can keep coming up as insecurity on his part, right? So true, marriage is about good friendship. My wife is my best friend. I've heard people tell me before, like, no, I don't want you to be my friend. I want you to be my husband. I was like, you're speaking from a place of pain and experience, and a terrible experience at best. That's why you're saying that. You felt like you've made somebody a friend and they disappointed, they hurt your feelings, and now you're turning that to a formula. It's still about friendship. I'm sorry. Okay? My wife is my best friend. This is my guy. It's my guy. Quincy. Exactly. Right? Facts. I take whatever wisdom I can from people, but ultimately I don't look for couple goals. I hear you on that. I hear you there. Yep. So again, mindset. I'm always worried about mindset. We say one thing on surface, it makes sense, right? But I'm always worried about the mindset where it's coming from, right? Couple goals doesn't have to be a perfect couple. It could just be mentors that are open. Like, they tell you their struggles. Like, you're close to them. They tell you, hey, this is things you should watch out for, right? Right? Like, even if you start digging into the dictionary meaning of goals, you want a situation where you can get through anything together. Meaning you're not perfect, but together you can get through any challenges together. Right? One of the reasons why my wife is my best friend is because we've gone through a lot together. Right? She's like my biggest cheerleader. Even when I feel down, and I do have those days, right? And I needed it in that moment in time. And as much, and there's a needy part, like you're a needy person, and there's the part where like, the support that she was for me that day, I didn't even realize I needed it, but it was good. It was inspiring for me to keep going. And I'm sure she would say vice versa, right? So couple goals, it's like when people say, I don't see anybody as couple goal, they're saying no couple is perfect. That is true. But the fact that no couple is perfect means you understand that if that's your goal, you want a marriage that's good, right? You still want, like, if you don't have blueprints, you're probably going to fail, right? And the blueprint doesn't mean it has to be perfect, right? It doesn't have to be perfect. It just have to be transparent enough for you to see the ups and downs. The truth is that everyone will have their own journey, but we have a lot more in common than we like to admit. People like to say everyone is different. No, we have a lot more in common than we like to admit. You're right. Everyone is unique. Every individual is unique. Every relationship is unique. But go interview 10 couples that have lasted 40, 50 years. I guarantee you will find some patterns that you can learn something from. Okay? Best friends, that's the way to go. So there are days that you're not willing to fuck. It's okay. It's not. That's your friend anyway, right? We all don't want transactional relationships, but yet you don't realize that friendship, that's the idea of friendship, right? Friendship simply means you like that person. You're not always going to feel like you love them every day. You might love them. You're definitely not going to be in love every day. But you will like that person every day. Even then when they piss you off, you look at them. That's your friend. And it's smoking very, very, like seldomly do I ever hear anybody mention that. It's usually when you see a couple that you could guess that they got this, they figured this out, and then the first thing that comes out of their mouth is that they are friends. This reminds me of Megan Good and Devon Franklin. It's sad to see though. This does not remind me of Megan Good and Devon Franklin. I was waiting for that one. I'm sorry. I know it sounds evil. That one is unequally yoked. It just didn't seem right. I'm sorry. Okay. Particularly lifestyles, not because one is right and the other is wrong. Lifestyle just doesn't seem like it matched. Okay. But I sad that I was right about that one. You know. Yeah. How can you be friends when you're separated but not friends when you were together? It's hard. Thank you, Queen J. Exactly, right? That's why I call the cop early. Like, nah, this is going to be dirty and nasty before it gets better, if ever. Okay? Divorce is not your mate. It's not your mate. Man, divorce is not easy. I finalized my divorce a year ago. Sorry to hear that. Yeah, you're doing well. You're doing well. You're doing well. It sounds very tense. Let me play it for you again so you can see what we're
work
talking
hard,
about.
you know,
and that's
marriage is work. I'm
is.
not here. Let me finish.
Go ahead, sorry.
I'm not gonna be here like, you know.
Look at her facial expression in that moment. Did you feel, ladies, did you feel that pain? Did you feel her pain in that moment in time? Guess what? I'm sure he felt that pain. He knew fucked up in that moment. But he got caught up in this like, oh, let me finish. I hear this a lot, by the way. It's very common. Let me finish. You see people arguing on Clubhouse. You see people argue on YouTube. Very quick to say, let me finish. Can I finish? Can I finish? And I just smile and laugh and like, this one has something else coming for him. It's not just the let me finish thing. It's an indication of a lot more of behind the scenes of a person's mindset. They need to talk. They are often in their feminine energy, and if they don't get it out, the whole world will collapse. That's how they feel inside. And if they feel like the whole world is going to collapse inside, then the rest of the world must collapse for everyone else, because hurt people hurt people. Listen, it's like it's contagious. They have to spread it. It's just what it is, right? I'm okay with getting caught up all the time. Not just by women, not just by my wife, by anyone who has something to say. I'll stop. I say, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I don't have a need to say anything. I'm chill. I'm okay. If I'm spending my time with you, I'm probably here to learn from you. I am very particular and intentional about that. I really, really believe that I receive more when I'm listening, more than I am talking. When a person feels a need to talk, it's a terrible thing. It's a terrible thing. You know, that's something you have to watch. If you find yourself saying that a lot in the conversation, let me talk. Can I talk? Let me talk. Let me talk. That usually means you don't have an authority where you are, and that usually means you lack. It means second thing, it means you lack the ability to listen. And when you lack the ability to listen, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. When you lack the ability to listen, you're going to self-destruct. It's only a matter. And by the way, the worst part about this is that you can't see it coming. You really don't mean any harm. You don't mean any harm. It's just, but I'm telling you right now to be aware. Just be aware. If you find yourself always like, can I talk? Can I talk? Can I go? Like you're about to choke just because someone won't let you talk. That's not a good thing. That's not a good thing. I'm telling you, okay? Instead, be quick to say, I'm sorry, you were talking. And then the person, if they're willing to let you talk, then you talk. If they're not willing to let you talk, that's fine. Let them get it out. They're about to give you ammunition to either destroy them if they're an enemy, or to destroy themselves, or you're about to, best case scenario, learn something new. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with learning something new? Right? Twitter never forgets. Friendship all day, right? Yes, lifestyle was completely far off. Yeah, remember we talked about the relationship gaps? We talked about 7. Lifestyle was one of them. That's why I didn't see Megan good. This one lasted 14 years. Honestly, I believe that one person is pride. For one person is pride. I am willing to bet it's Corey. Yes, I know one event really doesn't dictate someone's lifestyle, but he's a quiet guy. He's a very quiet guy, very reserved. But sometimes they can be the worst, right? And she's like a butterfly. I'm flying over. I'm happy in her. You need a certain type of man to be able to handle that, because that can translate to insecurities and somebody trying to be controlling you or trying to make you be like them, or they want to find a balance. It may not be necessarily a matter of fault. They're just looking for that balance, but they just can't find it. And it's been a struggle all those years, and there's tons of resentments, right? We just saw at least one example, right? It is what it is, right? Shout out to Mr. He Said. Good to see you, brother. Good to see you, man. Yeah. They need to talk. You know what I mean? Like, come on, relax, right? Relax. Relax. I'm talking to myself. If you need to talk, I'm going to let you talk. Because probably, again, I always assume best case scenario. I'm probably about to learn something new. It could be that you're stupid. That may be the only single thing I learned. It could be that, oh, you actually have some insights. I actually learned something new. And I always learn something when I shut the fuck up and listen. I always learn. Yes, that's a fact, brother. So yeah, this is a sad situation, Let's watch that again. Twitter dug this up. So shout out to Hollywood Unlocked.
Work hard, and that's marriage is work. I'm not here. Let me finish.
Go ahead, sorry.
I'm not gonna be here like, everything is bro. Mm-hmm. You have to work hard,
and that's
marriage is work. I'm not here. Let me finish.
Go ahead, sorry.
I'm not gonna be here.
He was talking about working hard. I think about marriage. I'm not a big advocate of saying you have to work hard. The reality is that it's hard work. That's the reality, right? But then it sounds like the same thing you have to do in life. If you want a good life, it's hard work. Right? If you want anything good in life, it's hard work. So if you're inside a marriage, guess what it's going to be? Hard work. He was busy pushing that rhetoric, but then he couldn't demonstrate maintaining his cool in the moment. There are way too many people that know how to talk that talk, but when it comes to real life, they're not able to practice it. What about hard work in real time? Like right now. Like my wife is about to cut me off, but I'm going to make sure that I stay in a position to always edify her. Right? Now, that could be a difficult thing, right? But when you practice, it gets better. It gets easier, right? Right? Ohun wa ni là ń gbé lárugẹ. Yoruba people say, ohun wa ni là ń gbé lárugẹ. Ohun wa ni là ń gbé lárugẹ. You have to edify. You have to stay in the moment of edification all the time. Optics is everything. You will be judged on optics, not your ideologies that is not being tested. That has not been tested. You're being tested in real time at all times. How do you conduct yourself? It's bigger than what you're saying at any point in time. Right? We're always being tested in life. Are you busy trying to be right? You need to be right. Are you busy trying to be right that you forgot that you're being tested in real time? Right? That's what I'm seeing. And this comment says, this is the day the divorce should have been filed. That's not fair. Marriage can be challenging, okay? You can see I'm talking from both sides of my mouth. But again, life is challenging. I just don't think it's fair to attribute that to just marriage. Life is challenging. If you want to do life with another person is involved. So of course it's going to take some work until you find that balance, right? But once you find that your friend that you're doing life with, you got it. You're one of the few. Because even though we know that about 50% of marriages divorce, the leftover 50%, they're not necessarily friends. They're just winging things along. So I'm not here to cap to you about that either, right? Mr. He said, don't cut him off. Yeah, that's what he was trying to say. But, now that's been dragged on Twitter. Sounds good in theory. Yeah, it always sounds good in theory, doesn't it, right? Always sounds good in theory. But we got to practice that at any point in time. Mr. He said, I see from what I can see, we know each other in this YouTube street. The way you edify your wife, it shows in your body language, man. It shows. And the way she adores you. That's what I'm talking about, right? So imagine like there's a quick skip of a moment. It seems like she's about to cut you off. I bet you're about to lay back like you always lay back. You hold on the microphone for her. We watch all that, bro. Right? That's what I'm talking about. Right? There's nothing she could do while there's light, camera, and action that will make you lose your cool. But of course, time is being tested. You've had your own test, right? Yeah, I didn't finish. Some people talk well in theory. when it's time to do the work, it don't always resonate the same. Yeah. But yeah, this was a good one. This was a good one as usual. Emotional intelligence. That's the only thing you can be intentional about. Everything else, don't waste your energy. You're swimming against the trend of the ocean. You will drown yourself. The forces in your favor is already powerful enough. Okay? Just learn how to navigate life. Learn how to navigate, right? It's easier. You'll be happier. You will attract better energy to yourself. Just learn how to navigate. The forces are bigger than you. Don't try to control human beings. It's not going to work. Just learn how to navigate. Guess what happens? They gravitate towards you. The right energy, the ones that belong there, the one that's creating sexual polarity, the ones that creates harmony will stay with you just by simply learning how to navigate. Right? Let me give you a quick example before we leave it at this, right? I'm going to leave you with this one. My parents, they're older folks. Trying to teach them how to use the computer can be a little bit difficult sometimes, right? Guess what they always do? They try to pull out a notepad and a pen, and they try to memorize everything. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. Now, I have to learn that myself. I have to practice the same thing I'm preaching to them, right? They are who they are. You can't teach old dogs new tricks, right? So I have to be patient myself because they're older. I should know that, right? But I'm also trying to teach them, like, listen, don't try to memorize everything. Just look at what's in front of you and respond to what you're seeing on your screen. Real time. If you lost your password, it's okay. Go ahead and try to log in, right? There's a good chance there will be a link that will say, forgot your password. As opposed to, let me go through all my notes and start going through and still looking for my passwords, right? Maybe just in less than 60 seconds, you will get a link in your email that will allow you to reset your password. Relax, okay? The forces that you're fighting are not flesh. You're not going to win. You're not going to win. It's better to relax. Learn how to navigate the streets of this very dangerous world. You have a better chance of winning when you do that. That's all I have for you, ladies and gentlemen, today. I really enjoyed this time with you. Okay? Being in tune with self is the best policy. Yes, relax. Like water, Bruce Lee. Be like water, exactly. You get it. You get it. Yes, indeed. Emotional intelligence is so important. It shows character. Great character trait for us all to have. Great conversation. Thank you, Mr. He said. Some days are better than others, but ultimately, self. That's a fact. That's all you can do. That's all you have. That's the closest things to power that you have. Everything else is about learning how to navigate. It's about mastering your own emotions first. Emotional intelligence is about mastering your own emotions first. Then other people, then the society at large. Because you don't live in a cave, so you're not going to pretend like I'm just going to do my own rules. No, you're going to drown yourself again. Don't drown yourself. Relax. Drink some water. So I'm telling you right now, because I just see it everywhere. Like, look at this guy right here, right? All he had to do was just relax. Let the wife. It's your wife. It's your wife. Let her. Okay, she has something to say. Let her say it. Let her finish. Listen, if she shines, you shine. You shine. You know. You shine.
Work hard, you know.
And that's
marriage is work. I'm
is.
not here. Let me finish.
Go ahead. Sorry.
I'm not gonna be here like, you know.
She felt so embarrassed. If she feels embarrassed, you're not getting no coach tonight. Okay. And by the way, you would have forgotten when she just doesn't feel it, and you're like, "Oh, she's weaponizing." Like, okay, she's weaponizing. What's it go? All right. Shout out to everyone. Let's go and take a good rest. Okay. Remember, this week we're doing 1 hour short. I still have some tapings to do, but I will get them out. You know. But just go and get a good rest. We'll be back at it tomorrow. I was already starting to think, okay, maybe I could go back to find a way to squeeze in 5 p.m. But let me stay focused on some work this week. I'll come here tomorrow night, 10 p.m. I'm sure somebody's world is going to crash and we can learn some lessons from it. It's just a reality. That's how the world moves. And hopefully you've been enlightened, educated. I'll see you on the next one. And peace.